The Euphrates River is one of the most important rivers in the world. It's home to a wealth of plant and animal life, and it provides water for millions of people. But there's something about the Euphrates River that's even more incredible than its size or its importance. Hello guys, and welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to discover some terrifying discoveries of River Euphrates that will blow your mind. The drought in Iraq is one of the worst that has been in years. Archaeologists in the nation will benefit from this, despite the fact that it is terrible news for farmers. Some of the old archaeological sites that have been uncovered by the Euphrates River's receding waters, others were previously unknown. The drought has created a whole new world of possibility for Ratib Ali al-Kubaisi, the head of the province of Anbar's Antiquities department. He says that Anbar, along the Euphrates River, was the birthplace of civilization. Everyone believed Anbar to be only a desert with no historical significance. But as it turns out, this region is one of Iraq's most significant archaeological sites. The first region of Iraq to be populated was here, he claims. The Euphrates River in the region was dammed by Saddam Hussein's administration in the middle of the 1980s, drowning a 120-mile-long swath of land close to Iraq's border with Syria. According to authorities, a vast reservoir that previously spanned as far as the eye could see has decreased by an astounding 90% since the summer. Ratib claims that before the region was inundated, at least 75 archaeological sites had been partly excavated. They covered the whole spectrum of human history, from 3000 BC through the Sumerian and Roman eras. Jewish towns from antiquity were also drowned there. Ratib has, however, been able to explore certain locations for the first time as a result of the receding seas, such as a cliff that contains a number of pre-Christian graves carved into its face. Ratib claims they still have worth despite the fact that the water has severely harmed them. I wish we could revisit these dig locations. The job we started all those years ago could be finished if we had the funds and resources, he claims. But the drought has already made previously inaccessible archaeological sites accessible. Suddenly, Ratib and a coworker became thrilled about what they saw on this specific day. They are strewn with ceramic fragments as they kneel near what seems to be an ancient stone wall. Ratib claims he thinks it's an irrigation channel from the Roman period. He declares, "I've never seen this location before. This was all buried under the dirt when we dug this region decades ago, but the retreating floods exposed everything." They are shocked to find out, but worry soon follows their joy. Ratib said he is concerned about looting in the neighborhood. There are just 10 guards assigned to Anbar's sensitive archaeological sites. There are many things in the region. You may discover papers, jewels, and coins, all of which are tempting to expert thieves, he claims. Archaeologists have benefited from the drought, while fishermen who depend on the Euphrates for their livelihood have suffered greatly. Fisherman Saad Naji remarks, "The river level is incredibly low. It is the lowest it has ever been that we can recall. It's terrifying. The fishermen are now unemployed." The river is just 3 to 4 feet deep. Saad claims that odd formations are now protruding from the ocean. He gestures toward what seems to be a decaying stone bridge that is being lapped by murky seas. He claims that's not all archaeologists have found. These artifacts started to surface about a year ago when the floods began to recede. When we started exploring the region, we discovered clay jars, ancient bones, money, and even some gold jewelry, he claims. He claims that for the time being, most of the looting is being done by locals who are unaware of the worth of the items they have stolen. Ratib announces with excitement that he would seek Baghdad's central government for funding to start fresh digs and to safeguard the sites when he returns to land. "I'll ask that the whole region be rescanned, and if they have the funds, we'll begin to work right away," he claims. But he admits that there probably won't be enough cash. He laments that we won't be able to dig, but at least we can report our findings. The Mitanni Empire is another find by archaeologists. A 3,400-year-old city from the Mitanni Empire that was formerly situated on the Tigris River has been discovered by a group of German and Kurdish archaeologists. Early this year, as a result of the severe drought in Iraq, a town erupted from the waters of the Mosul Reservoir. Ancient Zakiku, which is thought to have been a significant hub in the Mitanni Empire, may have been the sprawling metropolis with a palace and other major structures. Iraq is one of the nations most impacted by climate change worldwide. Particularly, the south of the nation has endured months of severe drought. Large volumes of water have been removed from Iraq's most significant water reserve, the Mosul Reservoir, since December in order to keep crops from drying up. Without any preceding archaeological research, this caused the Bronze Age city that had been drowned decades before to resurface. It is situated in the Iraqi Kurdistan region of Kamun. Archaeologists were now under pressure to unearth and record at least some of this vast, significant metropolis as soon as possible before it was resubmerged due to this unanticipated disaster. The decision to conduct joint rescue excavations at Kamun was made on the spur of the moment by Kurdish archaeologist Dr. Hassan Ahmad Kassem, chairman of the Kurdistan Archaeology Organization, and German archaeologists June, Professor Dr. Ivana Puljiz, and Professor Dr. Peter Fausner. These occurred in partnership with the Directorate of Antiquities and Heritage in Duhok in January and February 2022. Within days, a crew for the rescue excavations had been assembled. The Fritz Thyssen Foundation provided funding for the project on short notice via the University of Freiburg. There was a great deal of urgency on the part of the German Kurdish archaeological team, since it was unclear when the reservoir's water level would rise again. The researchers quickly completed a substantial portion of the city's mapping. A gigantic fortress with walls and towers, a colossal multi-story storage structure, and an industrial complex were discovered in addition to a palace, which had previously been identified during a brief effort in 2018. The vast urban complex was built during the Mitanni Empire, which ruled over a sizable portion of northern Mesopotamia and Syria. Ivana Puljiz claims that the massive magazine structure is particularly significant since it must have been used to store enormous amounts of products that were likely transported there from all around the area. The excavation findings revealed that the location was an important hub of the Mitanni Empire, says Hassan Kassem in his conclusion. Although the walls are composed of sun-dried mud bricks and were submerged for more than 40 years, the study team was astounded by their condition of preservation, sometimes reaching a height of several meters. The reason for the city's excellent preservation is that it was devastated by an earthquake in the year 1350 BC, during which the structures were buried by the city's crumbling top walls. The finding of 5 ceramic receptacles that held a collection of more than 100 cuneiform tablets is particularly noteworthy. They were created during the Middle Assyrian era, not long after the disastrous earthquake that ravaged the city. Even some of the clay tablets' clay envelopes, which may be letters, are still there. The finding might provide crucial details about when the Mitanni period metropolis came to an end and Assyrian hegemony over the area began. According to Peter Fausner, it is almost miraculous that cuneiform tablets composed of unfired clay survived for so long beneath water. As part of a comprehensive conservation effort supported by the Gerda Henkel Foundation, the excavated structures were totally covered with tight-fitting plastic sheeting and topped with gravel fill to prevent additional harm to the significant site from the rising water. This is done to prevent water from damaging the unbaked clay walls and any other treasures that may still be buried within the ruins. Now, the area is entirely underwater once again. Well, that's all for today. In case you enjoyed today's video, kindly like and subscribe to the channel.